Wellness fam, Kia from Salvation Wellness here. So I've been feeling a little under the weather and I have tons of sinus congestion. And I figure a bunch of you out there probably do too. So I just want to take a few minutes and give you a really great acupressure self-massage to help move some of that congestion down and out, hopefully. Let's start. Let's do it. Sinuses. All right. The first thing that I want you to know, you may not know, is that we have two sinus cavities. We have an upper and a lower, and then they are separated by a septum in the middle. So they're kind of like two cavities on top and then two cavities on the bottom. And that's why sometimes, you have like the upper sinus congestion and it feels a little bit like a headache. And then there's sometimes where you have a lot of postnasal drip or, like a lot kind of down here. And sometimes it can be on one side, the other side, or both. So I'm going to go through the upper sinuses first and then the lower. I'll be doing them together, but you can just take these and make them your own. So let's get started. I'm going to be using primarily these two fingers. I'm also going to show you some techniques in how to get a little bit deeper as well. So I want you to just find where your two eyebrows kind of end in the middle. And if your eyebrow doesn't end, you can just find your tear duct and move upward. So right on your eyebrow, you're just going to take your two pointer fingers. You can either press like this, or I like to press like this, kind of with a little C, and just press inward. And I like to hold for a gentle count of 5. You notice I'll be taking some long breaths. Feel free to breathe with me. So now we're just going to replace that with our middle finger and move outward 1 fingertip width. Staying on the eyebrow itself, press inward. At this point, I like to make little circles inward, about 5. If this feels awesome, just keep doing it. And then the other way. I'm also stabilizing with my thumb at my temples. It just kind of helps me stay in place. You'll notice I'm bringing my elbows out. They can also be down. I'm literally just doing this so you can see my face. All right, so the next one, we're going to move 1 finger width apart. And then up above the eyebrow, you'll feel a little ridge here. And you want to just go back and forth over that. So there's these little joints in your skull. They're called fissures. And this is what you're feeling. So you're going from the frontal lobe into the temporal lobe. And then you move over 1 finger width again, just tracing your eyebrow. And hold. And then circle in and out. If at any point you want to stay on one of these, please feel free. I'm going to keep going for now. Okay, so now I'm going to move my hands to the side of my face and I'm going to find my temples. So where you were, you're just going to go across, stay at the same height, and then press in. I usually like to use like these 3 fingers, but you can use whatever feels good. And just hold there. Now, if you have upper sinus pressure, this feels so good. Sinus pressure can really create like what feels like a pretty intense headache sometimes. And this is where a lot of that tension lies. So it can be helpful. So now I'm going to rock in and out like this, almost like a little semicircle. And I'm going to rock forward. So now I have the most of the pressure on my pointer fingers, and then I'm going to rock back, and most of the pressure is on my ring finger. Back and forward, right? You might feel some like crunchies or bumpies. Hang out there. Go softer if it feels good. It's totally up to you. All right, so you're going to rock back and forth about 10 times. So 5 from each side. And then you'll go up and down. Up and down. up and down. This is really starting to help put pressure through the lower sinuses as well. So it's a nice transition point, I think. And we'll come back to this after doing the lower sinuses. The lower sinuses can mimic tooth pain, and tooth pain can actually mimic sinus pain. Just a fun little factoid. Let's get started. So we're going to find just above the nostrils. So wherever your nostrils flare up and then kind of go into the bridge of your nose, you're going to find that point with both of your pointer fingers and press down into your face. I love this point. I could sit here for minutes at a time. A lot of times this will really start, if you have lower sinus pressure, this can start to drain it down. I have some lower sinus pressure right now, so you actually might hear me be like, and that's because I'm moving this fluid in real time. Hey. All right. So now you're going to replace your pointer finger with your middle finger, and then place your pointer finger down, and then press down and in. So you're using 2 fingers now. You're going to feel like you're right on the bone. You're actually on your cheekbone, pressing down. This is great. If you're pressing back and you're like, whoa, my neck is moving, just press your face also into your fingers. You can also look down if that helps with the pressure. Okay, so now you're going to remove your middle finger, put it down, and you just have your pointer finger. And this might feel more intense than having both fingers in place on your face. And a lot of times that's just sensation. All right, so now you're going to press them inward toward each other, but you're not sliding on the skin. So you keep your finger just where it is on the skin, and it's just a little gentle pressure in and out. And I can feel this on my left side right now. It actually moves up into my eye because my left sinus is a little bit more congested than my right. And then you'll replace the middle finger, move the pointer finger over to the side of your face, and then take it down. So it's just a little walk. It's a nice way to make sure that you don't go too far. You really want to do each point slowly, and kind of the smaller the better. So if you notice, I'm going in and out. All right, so you're going to find this place. Now replace it with your thumb and bring your hands to kind of the sides of your head. And what I like about this is that it makes it really easy to get underneath your cheekbone. So you're going to kind of find where that bone goes into where the jaw is, and you'll press upward toward your eyeballs. And again, you're not sliding over the skin. It's just a little acupressure point. You can hold it there for as long as feels good. I generally like to do a gentle count of 5. Sometimes you can pair this with breath. I find it really beneficial. And then from here, just take your thumb, place it over, keeping your fingers on the top of your head, or the sides of your head, you know. We all have different size heads. And press in and up, kind of hooking underneath your cheekbone here. If you hear me pause, it's because I'm trying not to use the medical terms of everything. I'm such a massage nerd or body nerd. All right, and then we're gonna move one over again. And here you should be feeling another bone, right? That's your jaw. And from here, you're just gonna open and close. And do this a couple of times. And this can feel pretty intense if you have that lower sinus pain. This can actually move down. You might feel it in your ear, kind of up in your temples again. We're getting really close to a nerve that innervates your face. It's called the trigeminal nerve. And it sits right at the temples, and it kind of goes to your eyes, to your jaw. It's a really cool nerve. All right. So now, remember when we were here at the temples? We're going to go back to there, and we're going to put the most of our pressure on our pointer finger and ring finger and find the top of our ear where it meets our face. We're going to draw down until where the earlobe stops on the face, wherever that is for you. And just do that like 10 times. If you're feeling like you have dry skin, feel free to use some cream. I have some moisturizer on my face right now, so it feels really easy for me to do. I think we're at 5 now. So you see it's a nice, slow, gentle movement. And so all of that, those acupressure points, you're actually helping to take the upper sinus and lower sinus and draw it down. You might need to blow your nose or clear your throat. Take a moment and do that. It should be really comfortable. All right, so now we're going to come just above the ear and we're going to lengthen this down. So we're going to move all the way down into the neck to the front until you reach your collarbones. You're not going into the front of your neck. You're staying on the side. I'll show you what it looks like this way. You see how if you look at my hands while I'm doing it, they go like this and then turn inward, right? You could be like, here you go, and down. You'll notice I bring my neck up, my chin up to expose my neck more. Feel free to do that if it feels good. If it doesn't, it's not necessary. Again, we'll do this about 10 times. All right, and we have about 2 more things to do. So the last thing, it's not a sinus thing, but I really do find it beneficial. A lot of times when you're experiencing some congestion or you're not feeling great, your lymph nodes get really swollen, you know, when the doctor checks down here. So I like to just help clear them a little bit. This is a lymphatic drainage move. So you're going to put your hands into a nice, soft, easy, loose fist, and then put your middle knuckles underneath your chin, and then just gently draw back and then down. All right, so we have about 2 more moves that I'd like to guide you through. This one here is actually for your lymph nodes. They get swollen when you're not feeling great, you know, when you go to the doctor and they check down here. So this is actually a lymphatic drainage move, and it's meant to just help your body increase your immunity. And let's get started. So you're going to put your hands in a gentle, soft, open fist, kind of like this, right? So it's not clenched, it's just really gentle. And you're going to use these knuckles here. You'll place them just at the bottom of your chin and begin to gently draw back and down your neck, just like with the last move we did. I'll do this 5 times. 2, 3. Of course, if this continues to feel really good and you're like, oh, I need this, just keep doing it. I probably wouldn't do it more than like 30 times because you might irritate your skin. All right, I'm going to do one last one because it feels so good. All right. And the last move I like is just to cover my eyes with my hands, gently cupping them, kind of integrating all the things that I did. Right, little pressure around, just gentle. Take a big deep breath in. And maybe you'd like to thank yourself for taking a moment to help your immunity, to help your mind, to help your body. And I hope this helps keep you feeling good. Stay tuned for a few of my immunity enhancing recommendations of stuff that I get locally here in Jersey City that I think is top notch. Thank you so much. If you found this helpful, please check like and follow us everywhere we are. So that's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and soon to be TikTok. Bye.